Hi, this is Tushar here,
Hi, this is Kapoor.
and you're watching me on Bollywood Now. Okay, that's nice.
That's great. I think that's what we wanted. वो thriller genre का जो main element है, जो audience को सोचने में उनको वो खींचते हैं. तो naturally अगर ये organically हो रहा है तो वो बहुत ही बड़ी बात है, and it's starting on a very positive note, so that's very exciting.
No, we're not
Preparation.
opposite each other really.
Yeah.
You'll have to see the film. There's no hero heroine really in this
Yeah.
movie.
So मैं actually preparation तो constant रहती है, but I don't think it's in anyone's hands to choose कि वो आपको opportunity कब और कैसे आए. तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत ही memorable day था almost. It was a normal day for me, and I received a call regarding the casting of the film, and मैं actually तुषार को on set जब मैं मिली, I was very excited to know how he works, because I've seen him personally as a viewer before I ventured into acting to begin with, so I've always been very curious to understand कि इतने जो performances and इतनी variations and versatile performances जो दिए हैं, तो ये इंसान कैसे है, and he's exactly like that. So it was a really, really special moment for sure, but it came to me in a very unusual way. So I'm kind of still, embracing it.
It's very challenging to release a film today. और थिएटर में आना तो ऑब्वियसली थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही अनप्रडिक्टेबल और रिस्की हो गया है, लेकिन फॉर्चुनेटली पिछले 1-2 महीने से फिल्में काफ़ी ज़्यादा फुटफॉल्स जनरेट कर रही हैं, सिनेमा घरों में लोग जा रहे हैं. इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम अस ओनली. मैं भी पहले बहुत जाता था, फिर बंद हो गया था, अभी वापस मैं भी जा रहा हूँ फिल्में देखने. सो इट्स गुड टू नो दैट आर मूवीज़ कमिंग इन अ गुड एटमोसफियर. तो थोड़ा रिलैक्स फील हो रहा हूँ मैं. लेकिन आज आई थिंक लोगों के जहन में ये बात आ गई है कि बॉक्स ऑफिस इज़ नॉट एवरीथिंग. अ फिल्म हैज़ अ जर्नी जो बॉक्स ऑफिस के बाद भी सिनेमाघरों में अगर चलती भी है तो दैट्स गुड, पर उसके अलावा OTT, सैटेलाइट, इन सब माध्यम से भी लोगों के पास पहुंच सकती है फिल्म. इट हैज़ टू रीच द ऑडियंस एंड दैट कैन कम थ्रू वेरियस मीडियम्स. So I'm not pressurizing myself so much about the box office as much as I'm pressurizing myself about कि पिक्चर को appreciation मिलनी चाहिए, whether it's through cinemas or through the OTT platform where it comes eventually. Yeah, my character is very different from what I've played before, and my image is very different in the audience's mind. तो मुझे काफ़ी initially uncomfortable लग रहा था, not because I was finding the role difficult, but because आपकी खुद की भी अपनी तरफ biases होती हैं. हम we get conditioned to think about ourselves a certain way. तो वो अपने अंदर वो जजमेंट तोड़ना और कैरेक्टर के शूज़ में अपने आप को कंफर्टेबल महसूस करने में 2-3 दिन का वार्म अप तो लगता ही है. बट इवन बिफोर दैट वी डिड वर्कशॉप्स with I did scenes with all the characters in the film. Did you आप भी आए थे इधर वर्कशॉप के लिए?
We had a really interesting workshop. तो सारे characters साथ में बैठे थे, and each one of them had something to discuss. तो इट्स नॉट कि हमें अपनी लाइंस मिली. तो ये जो प्रोसेस था शूटिंग का, ये अपने एक अलग ही जोन में ऑलमोस्ट यू कैन से, बिकॉज द टीम फाउंड इट्स ओन वे ऑफ वर्किंग. It's an ensemble cast, but there's so much to learn, and there were so many creative people on the table. तो आप खाली अपने कैरेक्टर के बारे में at the end of the day नहीं सोच रहे हो. It's kind of connected in so many ways, and eventually when you're working with a team like this, it's the reaction also. तो acting जो है वो reaction पे ज़्यादा निर्भर है, and that's what's important. So when you have a team like this which is so experienced, wanting to do something new and fresh and for the audience, then it excites you to find yourself and discover who you are beyond what you already know so far. तो ये film actually बहुत सी चीज़ें गई है in terms of preparation. It wasn't a particular reference. Also for me, there were a lot of discussions, developments, around the character and how she would naturally react in these scenarios. So it felt great. It was a very creatively satisfying experience. देखिए, as a producer तो on set थे ज़रूर, and of course we all knew that, but he didn't carry that demeanor. you know. On set मैंने जब भी you know I've met him, he's always been, I've actually seen the impression is first ये character में है, it's always been that. So the feeling of producer आए हैं तो you know actually इन पे ही compliment जाता है, you know, because ये कभी वो stature carry नहीं करते on set. तो उस वजह से everyone else feels a little at ease, and then it gets a little candid and fun, because you know he's such a easy to work with and an easy simple person, so it just brings all the chaos and puts it aside, and we can all focus on you know the bonding and the chemistry also on the film.
Being a producer also for this film, I think I
We've
had
had
more
many
challenges than anybody else.
thriller elements also, no?
But there weren't really any fun elements because we
Yeah.
were working around the clock. Whenever we were shooting, we
Yeah.
were working like non-stop. And I think the work that we were doing was serious work.
Yes, yes.
So we were all really focused. I mean,
Yes.
sorry to sound boring, but I did have a wrap-up party here on this
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
You were here for it. You were there for it.
Yeah.
You know, we had the wrap
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
So that's the only time I think when we all had fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it was all very focused on set, and Dhruv is quite strict. He's quite
Yeah,
strong.
I think everyone, all the actors who've come on set have come in walking in the character, you know. तो ऐसे नहीं है कि आप सिर्फ सीन के दौरान you know आप वो characters देख रहे हो. They've already come in with the zone. As the trailer has already been released and people are receiving it so well, there's one thing very commonly I'm reading all across the comments that is very unique, बहुत unusual है, अलग ही लग रहा है. तो ये जो चीज़ें हैं, because the approach was so different, I think it's reflecting on camera. So fun तो बहुत आया, but हमारा definition of fun शायद अलग है. It was on many other levels, but
Oh no, please! I don't want to give any tips.
He's not the kinds who would come and tell you आप ये
I
करो,
don't like anybody
आप
giving
वो
me
करो.
tips also, unless it's someone like Nasir ji or somebody.
Yeah.
Then I'll take those tips. But
Everyone
otherwise,
would take tips,
ज्ञान
though.
देने वालों से मुझे थोड़ी not because I don't like to learn. I love to learn. I'm always learning. But कभी कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि आप कुछ जो भी करेंगे आपको
नहीं,
ज्ञान
नहीं.
देंगे.
नहीं,
ऐसे क्यों नहीं करते? वैसे क्यों नहीं करते? They think they know it.
He's just watching the monitor, and he's always been very you know on the receiving end. आप ये कह सकते, you know. तो वो जब director
I'm my own
has
critic.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
very critical of my work, so I'm
that
always
he is. So
analyzing my
he's
work.
half the time in that zone. You know, he's thinking about that performance. So
Yeah, I can be quite like
Yeah.
ignoring, no, in a sense when I'm
not
shooting.
really. It doesn't come across like that.
No.
No, not at all.
No, I was not a big star, or neither am I a big star now. But that time I was a.
fans how much they love you.
I'm very grateful for that, and I hope that's true. But in Mujhe Kuch Kehna, I was a newcomer, and Kareena had already done Refugee, and she was very popular even before her first film came out. She was like a born star at that time, and she had 4 films, and she was really busy. So I'm also an insider in the film industry. In that sense, I'm born in a film family, but I felt like an outsider because I was learning every day, and I was very new to the whole film atmosphere. While she was very acclimatized to the ways of the studio, acclimatized to the way things are done in studios while shooting is going on, and she had experience, and she was like, people were waiting to see her first film. They were waiting to watch her in her first film from the time the promo had come only. So there was a huge difference. I think I was kind of finding my bearings, and she's younger than me, but she was much more of an insider than I was. So it's just, I think everybody has their own career graphs, and hers was an unusual one. There are very few actors, you know, who, like maybe Aishwarya, Kareena, they're like stars even before their first film is out.
Wow.
Yeah. Time management, जैसे कि अभी आपके इंटरव्यू के बाद Seenat will have a lunch, so I'll go and meet my son. Then there'll be another interview, and then we'll wrap up early. And I've been harrowing my team also that jaldi khatam karo, ताकि I can be with my son. So I'm balancing both. Yeah.
There's not one person, क्योंकि हर एक I mean I'm not trying to be diplomatic, it's a fact. हर एक individual में कुछ ना कुछ यूनिक होता है, उनके कुछ ना कुछ स्ट्रेंथ्स होते हैं जो you know the other one will come in with something new. So rather than making a favorite, I've learned to imbibe favorite qualities out of people, and try and help myself you know use that towards my craft or anything. And here this industry is is huge in so many ways, and I don't mean just the box office, but just the fact that there's so much creativity. इतने सारे लोग हैं, experienced हैं, नए भी हैं, you know, some are finding their bearings. All of this is happening, and it's all happening in front of you. तो आप पे ही डिपेंडेंट है, you know, कि आप एक इंसान को एक नज़रिए से देखेंगे कि you know you take the whole of it, and that's where I'm at. I think it's an extremely interesting time for me to also enter. That's one thing I felt personally, you know, because I didn't watch too many movies as a young kid. I already had my hands going on with creative, whether you know dance था या music था, और एक्टिंग ध्यान में कभी आया नहीं था. तो जब ये आया and life unfolded through Maarrich and many other projects, it was special.
Of course, it was the whole intensity of the characters that we all portrayed,
Yeah.
and the intensity of the shooting that we did. जो मतलब मेहनत की हमने, जो time bound थे फिर भी time पर shooting ख़त्म की, और
Yeah, every day, हर दिन.
पैंडेमिक के बाद मतलब पैंडेमिक का वेट करके हमने फिल्म स्टार्ट की. सो लॉट्स ऑफ कंसिडरेशंस, लॉट्स ऑफ डिलेज, बट इवेंचुअली व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड द शूटिंग वी फिनिश्ड ऑन टाइम. सो दैट इज़ द मोस्ट मेमोरेबल. आई थिंक द फैक्ट दैट हमने वन शॉट में स्टार्ट टू फिनिश फिल्म की शूटिंग कर ली थी.
मैं कहूँगी द टीम दैट आई वर्कड विद, एंड इनकी जो क्रिएटिविटी है एंड द एबिलिटी टू ऑलवेज ट्राई एंड एलिवेट व्हाट देव ऑलरेडी पुट ऑन पेपर, ये कभी ख़त्म नहीं हुआ. हमने शूटिंग ख़त्म कर दी थी, बट यू नो दिस वाज अ कांस्टेंट ऑलवेज फ्रॉम everyone. So that for me was very memorable, you know, कि you've already signed the film, you're doing it, you're making the movie, and now it's out to release, but अभी भी आगे पीछे आप आने के बाद या पहले, you know, there are these conversations, how do we make this film connect you know to our audiences. तो ये again is something that is very memorable, and this is something that I will remember all my life. This is my debut, so you know, the team that I started with, and importantly the way that they worked and their approach, all these things have inspired me.